Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
Well, it's been a trying year for everybody, but the tradition continues. Super Bowl 55, away we go from Tampa. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flushed out right. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And that's good for another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll drop this down to Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 9-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Drops it off for Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Goal at the 4-yard line.
A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the shotgun, Wilson flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. It's Coleman here. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So a decision to be made. Is this something, opening drive maybe they discussed before the game?
They had to, and that's the responsible way of getting ready for a game. You go through situations with your staff, you go through scenarios, and you read your team. If we're in this spot and we're moving the ball well, is this a time to go for it, or is it a time to be a little bit cautious? I think in this case, he feels good about his team. He should go for it.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They'll run it with Coleman, and he's not going to get in. They stop it at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. First down throw for Descent. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. Well, you talk about safety first. Gosh, for such a rare play, kind of unbelievable how many Super Bowls recently have begun with a safety. Charles, you had Tom Brady getting called for grounding against the Giants in Super Bowl 46.
Peyton Manning with the snap over his head in Super Bowl 48.
Yep, and now here's this one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. What a moment for him. A pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown. touchdown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. From the gun, Wilson. Looking long for his tight end read. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Michael Dixon.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This will be fielded at the 17. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Brissett now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Brooks came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
It's 3rd down.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Colts 14, Seahawks 2.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Indianapolis.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
At the 47-yard line.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top of the wagon. Lay back, flying like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Ain't here like I ain't that savage.
Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3 yards. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 24, Wilson. This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A nice gain of 21 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Operating from the gun, Wilson, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle, from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
The game clock setting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, Brissett again. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Taylor,
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
4-yard line.
Gun, Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Colts are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Colts 21. Seahawks.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. So we've reached halftime here in Super Bowl 55. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Both teams ready after the halftime spectacle, and we are back underway in Super Bowl 55. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He was taken down by Bobby.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Complete to Christian Kirk. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run with Taylor. Past the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 46 yards on the ground. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try to run with Hines. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Third quarter of action, Super Bowl 55. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Here's a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. Man open left side is Brown. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Wilson will throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw again is Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Makes the score Colts 28, Seahawks 16.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They go to the ground again with Taylor, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
16.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early, and that'll set them back 5. Here's Taylor. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Play fake, Brissett. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the counter, it's Taylor. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Loss brings up 2nd and 16 on the Seahawks' 42-yard line.
54, check, block 54, block 54.
Brissett. Open man is Kirk, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Short of the goal line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up
on second down now. It's Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Colts 35. Seahawks 16.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
6-yard line.
Being chased out left. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Read it well, and it's picked. And now look at him go. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
22.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Touchdown, Christian Kirk. 60 yards. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
The kick is...
And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Colts 44, Seahawks 22.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Good.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation. Oh, wide open, complete. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
good for a Seahawks.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. From the gun, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for DJ Moore.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. From the gun, Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in Indianapolis. The Colts are the Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.